Now, Zack Snyder may not be doing DC movies anymore, but he's got a new home over at Netflix. And his zombie movie, what was it called again? The one in Las Vegas? I can't even remember the name. I liked it, but I can't remember the name of it.
Was that it? Army of the Dead?
Army of the Dead. So Army of the Dead did pretty well for them over Netflix. I did it right out of, I actually went to go see it in a movie theater, and I gave my out of the theater. I don't think the movie's great, but I had fun. I did have fun. I know Rob hated it. Other people have different feelings on it, but it started a brand new relationship with Netflix. And he's got a new movie coming out there called Rebel Moon that sounds a little bit like, Battle of the Stars or whatever it was. But they've been adding some interesting casting to it. And they just added a couple of really interesting names to it in the form of Corey Stoll. And I never pronounced Cary Elwes' name right. So I've heard it pronounced 5 different ways.
Elwes, I think?
I've heard it Elwes. I've heard Elwes. I've heard Elwes. I've heard whatever.
The Dread Pirate Roberts.
It's Wesley. Yeah. It's the Dread Pirate Roberts from Princess Bride. That's who it is. And of course, Corey Stoll, who has been killing it lately. Like, I think a lot of people, unfortunately, didn't have him as a household name until he was Yellow Jacket in Ant-Man. Once you enter the MCU, of course. He's the new main guy on the show Billions with Paul Giamatti. He's just popped up in a lot of places. He's a terrific performer. I like this guy a lot. And he's popped up in this movie as well. So they're joining Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. This comes to us from the folks at the Hollywood Reporter who write this. Cary Elwes, I'm seeing a different name now, and Corey Stoll have joined the galaxy-spanning cast of Zack Snyder's epic sci-fi fantasy Rebel Moon. Sophia Boutella, who of course was in Star Trek, and she was in the first Kingsman, and she was in Atomic Blonde. She was great in Atomic Blonde. I loved her in that. And by the way, if you want to see what real dancing looks like, go on YouTube and search Sophia Boutella dance. She's like one of the legit best dancers on the planet. Like, it's crazy good. Anyway, Sophia Boutella is leading the ensemble cast for the film that also has Charlie Hunnam from, of course, Sons of Anarchy, Jaimon Hansu, who's one of my favorite actors in the world, Donna Bay, Ray Fisher, Rupert Friend, and Stuart Martin, all in the cast sheet. Now, here's the basic idea of the movie for those of you who don't know anything about it. The story tells of a peaceful colony on the edge of the galaxy that is threatened by the armies of the tyrannical regent named Belisarius. Desperate, the colonists dispatch a young woman, Boutella, with a mysterious past, they always have a mysterious past, to seek out warriors from neighboring planets to help them make a stand. Now, of course, this is such an homage to the old samurai movies, to like Battle of the Stars, to like a lot of different stuff. This is a common Western motif too. Like just go to Three Amigos. I mean, the basic idea of the Three Amigos, right? The little village being threatened by things, they search for heroes and they end up with the Three Amigos. So not the most original idea in the world, but one I've never seen done in a setting quite like this, especially by a filmmaker like Zack Snyder. Already you got Charlie Hunnam of Sons of Anarchy on there. That obviously excites me. Getting Sophia Boutella in there. We haven't seen a lot from her lately, so I'm glad to see her pop back up again. That's going to be interesting. But I think this movie has some definite potential to it. Chris, you hear about this movie. What do you think about the sounds of it in general? Are you looking forward to it? And what do you think about the new cast additions?
I mean, that plot does sound very sci-fi paint by numbers. Of just like, we're mad libbing it. We're plugging in all the things that you usually get in there. However, the cast here makes me very, very excited. I love Cary Elwes so much. I think he's so wonderful. Oh, I still have nightmares about Saw. I think he's incredible. And then everyone else in here is great. Mikhail Hussman, is that how you say his name? He's an incredible actor. Of course, was on Game of Thrones. He's done a lot of Netflix films since then, too. He was on The Flight Attendant most recently. I think he's a wonderful, wonderful performer. And yeah, I mean, Corey is just blowing up, as he should be. He's such an incredible actor. He brings such an intensity mixed with charm to his performances. I just think he's someone that everyone should know his name. I'm excited about it. Zack Snyder doesn't always deliver for me. Let's just, I think everyone in this room can say that as well. It's not always great, but I am cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. With Corey, like we've already talked about a bunch of his projects. With Cary, he hasn't done a ton that I remember. Like, I remember he was in the #1 worst box office performance movie of all time called The Oogie Loves. I remember he was in that. But you can look it up. Why, for a wide release film, it's the #1 biggest bomb in the history of Hollywood for a wide release. So it made the least amount of, I think its opening weekend on like a couple of thousand screens. I don't think it made $1 million. So yeah, it was something like that. Then the only other thing I really remember him from, other than Men in Tights. Okay.
So good.
The difference between me and the other Robin Hoods is I can speak with a proper British accent. So Men in Tights. But then the only other thing I really remember him from was, what's the horror franchise? Not Scream.
Saw.
Saw. The first Saw one.
I only saw the first Saw. I didn't need
The
to
first
see any
Saw
others.
movie
It's
was that
horrible.
one. So it's pretty cool to see the Dread Pirate Roberts popping up in something like this. Oh, Ray's reading something else.
I just can't stop looking at the screen of Rob. What is he saying right now? You know, I'm really happy that the negotiations between Zack Snyder and the Moon worked out, and he was able to get that on board, because like I'm all in. I don't need to hear nothing. Moon's in it. Let's do it.
I don't think it's the actual Earth's moon.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's a different faraway solar system moon.
Moon's the moon, baby.
That's all Ray needs.
That's it.
You got it.
Moon's the moon, baby.
Rice is rice. That's a joke, boy joke for anybody who doesn't know.
That's not even. No. Okay. What's next,
Moon's
John?
the moon. Rob looks like he just regretted eating that last sausage with whipped cream on it or something like that.
Or no, he's trying to remember something.
He's
right
checking
there.
out his Dirk lightsaber.
It's Madam Web.
footage.
Trying to remember Madam
I
Web.
will say this though. Like with Zack Snyder, there's only been one Zack Snyder film I've seen that I've legitimately not liked.
Sucker Punch?
Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
And it's too bad.
Has he done anything that with space at all that you know of? Like
With
anything with the intergalactic
Base.
stuff?
I mean, you obviously a Man of Steel.
No,
That's Dark
but
Snyder.
I'm talking about real space, like stars out there, not on Earth.
I can't remember. I don't
think he
so.
has.
It'll be interesting to see what he does with this.
Yeah.
But some of the parts of the Army of what's it called?
Army of
Army of the
the Dead.
I actually liked. As a whole, I actually liked the movie. But
was fun.
I mean,
Here's the interesting comparison too with Army of the Dead is that in that he had Dave Bautista, who really hadn't led a film before. He's a developing actor. Let's say that. I really like Dave a lot.
Yeah.
So it'll be and he did a pretty good job with him in there. I think it'll be interesting to see what he can do with Sofia Boutella, who had been great in smaller bit parts, but can she actually step up and like be the lead of a film? We've never really seen her do that, not on a major project. So I'm going to be really curious to see how well she can fit in there.
sometimes you just need that one shot. So
Yeah.
give it up to Zach at least for giving these people a chance to actually shine, like what he did with Cavill. That was a big.
Oh, absolutely.
That was a big role.
Cavill though,
he was established, right?
well, no, he wasn't established, but he was like the #1 prospect draft pick for everybody because he was the runner-up to getting James Bond. Then he was the runner-up for getting the Superman role for Superman Returns when
Brandon Routh.
when Brandon Routh got the role. So, and then he was already amazing in The Tudors. Like he was great in that. So it's like this Henry Cavill guy had been around for a while and all the casting agents knew this guy's a blue chip, like top of the rank prospect. He's going to be a star, but just waiting for that right role to come around. And Zack Snyder said, this is it. You're getting called up for this. And it worked out great. Let's see if it can work out with Sofia Boutella as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this casting here for the new Rebel Moon? I think it sounds pretty interesting. We'll see how it goes. Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a minute and thank the sponsors of this video, Liquid IV. Now listen, just one stick of Liquid IV added to 16 ounces of water will hydrate you faster and more efficiently than just water alone. It contains 5 essential vitamins like B3, B5, B6, B12, and of course vitamin C with 3 times the electrolytes as traditional sports drinks. And what makes Liquid IV so effective is the science of cellular transport technology, or CTT. You see, it's designed to enhance rapid absorption of water and other key ingredients into your bloodstream faster and more efficiently. You know, Ann and I get up pretty early in the morning to go to the gym because we can't go to the gym at any other time during the day. And for the last couple of weeks, I have been drinking 1 full glass of water with Liquid IV. And all I can tell you is you can feel the difference during the workout. So go and grab Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code CAMPEA at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you use the promo code CAMPEA, that's CAMPEA, at liquidiv.com. Experience better hydration today when you go to liquidiv.com, and remember, use the promo code at checkout, CAMPEA.